Sports Court with 13 on your side.
Welcome to Sports Court, everybody. Court going to be different the next couple weeks with Jamal home with the newest member of the Spencer family. Aww. So we're going to have some special guests to argue with. This week we're joined by 13 on your side reporter Nate Belts.
The case.
This week we're arguing the case, is it fair Jim Harbaugh is on the hot seat at Michigan? Testimony. Well, the Wolverines began practice a week ago, and you got to believe the pressure's on for Jim Harbaugh coming off a 2-4 season. A lot of people want him out, and I don't think that's fair. The guy has won 70% of his games at Michigan. Granted, I know no Big Ten titles, no national titles, but folks, 70% he wins games. Why do you want him out?
Well, 70% of the games is great, but his winning percentage against his rivals and those big-time games, not great. He has not beaten Ohio State in any of his years. He's 3-3 against Michigan State. He is 1-4 in bowl games and 1-8 against the top 10 at a school with a name brand like the University of Michigan. It's not going to get things done.
Cross-exam.
Nate, at times like this, I go to the great scholar, the macho man, Randy Savage, who once told young wrestlers, "Keep yourself in the game, kid." And I want to say right now, Michigan is in the game. They're still in the hunt for championships. If you fire Harbaugh, bring in a new guy, don't you risk taking a big step back?
Well, sure, he's keeping him in the game. He's doing great at recruiting. He's had 3 top 10 recruiting classes and 1 in the top 5 in his years at Michigan. Now, Clemson in that time period has had 2 top 10 recruiting classes, obviously less than Michigan, but they've at the same time been to 3 national title games, they've been to the playoffs 4 times, and they've won 2 national championships. So while he's keeping them in the game with those recruits, he's just, don't you want a guy who's able to coach those recruits to their full potential?
Oh, absolutely you do. And I think Harbaugh is that guy. Look, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Granted, he's had a couple seasons, but I'm still not giving up on him. Again, as I said, he's not the nicest guy. I don't want to necessarily have dinner with him and hang out, but the man knows how to coach. Keep with him. Closing arguments. Michigan fans, what more do you want here? I know you want a national championship. I know you want a Big Ten title, but there can only be one of those every year as far as a national championship and one Big Ten championship. It can't always be you. And yes, I know you're coming off a 2-4 season, but last year doesn't count. It's all about being competitive, and Harbaugh is competitive. I think you stay with him, eventually it's going to happen.
Michigan is one of those brand name schools. You got Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, even Florida, Georgia. We'll throw those SEC schools in there. They should be performing at that level. There's getting those recruiting classes, but Harbaugh just hasn't been able to get them over that hump. That is why I believe not only should his seat be hot right now, it should be fully engulfed in flames.
Oh my.
The verdict.
And now we turn the case over to you, the jury. What is your verdict?
Head on over to 13 on your side Facebook page to make your voice heard, and next week we might highlight your comment in court.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week in Sports Court.